Yes.
So then, to get the medical authorities off his back,
right,
he then formed a religion that's judged based on faith, I suppose, and that's when Scientology was created. Is that correct? Around?
No, actually, it was 1952, but this is when it became an incorporated religion.
Legal corporation was in 1953. Then it's safe to assume that he became a religion because he could keep more of the money.
Correct. Even though all the guy did was buy it. You see, what my father has done is he takes one tiny small fact and then he balloons it way up.
He also claimed he did a lot of underwater research for the University of Michigan. Do you know about that?
No, he did not do that. When I was born at 2 pounds 2 ounces, and prematurely, my father had rather severely beaten my mother, and that's what caused that, while he was trying to get involved with black magic rituals. But throughout all of my early years, I had been with him quite a bit, off and on, and then, of course, there was the major trauma of the divorce from my mother, and then the bigamous marriage with Sarah. I am 18 years old. I knew nothing about Scientology. All I had read was Dianetics, Modern Science, and Mental Health. It never really interested me very much as a book when I was young. And so after about a couple of weeks there, we got involved, and he asked me to sit down on the couch, and I was high on benzodrine, on bennies, and we started doing, quote, research on a book called History of Man. So we spent a couple, 3 days on that. Here's a book here, the Scientology, A History of Man. Here's a copy of it. And all of the incidents, he did a few with Mary Sue, but the majority of incidents in it were off the top of my head, as I had upwards of 20, 30 milligrams of bennies in me.
It's a very small book for the history of man.
Yes.
How many pages?
And this is, but the thing about this interesting thing about the book is that this is purported to be, it is presented as, these are incidents which are common to everybody's past. This is the PR output. This is a thrust of the book, is that these are early genetic incidents in the ancient primordial past of each and every man, woman, and child on Earth. And they came out of my drug trip. And I don't know how many thousands of people have been audited on those particular incidents, like return to the clam. That is where genetically you were a clam and you're having jaw trouble, and that was one of the bases of, according to Scientology, my father, that's one of the bases of bad teeth, having trouble with your jaws because you were having an engram as a clam 50 trillion years ago.
Where the auditing can cure arthritis and leukemia. I've also read where your father cured a 18-month-old child, I believe it was a girl, of leukemia.
That's
correct.
Is that
possible? Do you think that your father has those powers?
I'm sorry, what was
Do you think your father has those powers, or is that a hoax?
No, but those are claims. And
tell me about those claims, sir.
Well, first of all, leukemia is cancer, and according to my father, that all cancer stems from the second dynamic. The second dynamic in Scientology is sex. His logic, his leap of logic was, at the time that he was talking about leukemia and cancer, was that cancer is cells which are dividing, and dividing of cells is a sexual thing, and as in prenatal activity or conception. And so therefore the basis of all cancer is sex. If you're having big bad problems with sex in early childhood or something like that, and this is what's causing your cancer. And
what about being a celibate? If you're a celibate, would that eliminate the possibility of having cancer?
Well, that could also cause cancer because of your lack of sexual activity.
I guess there's no way you can win.
That's correct. This comes from, I don't want to get all involved in the whole thing, but this comes from the Journal of the Hubbard Association of Scientologists International. You see, that was a, quote, scientific organization, unquote, not a religious organization. Copyright 1953, quote, leukemia is evidently psychosomatic in origin, and at least 8 cases of leukemia have been treated successfully by Dianetics after medicine had traditionally given up. The source of leukemia has been reported to be an engram containing the phrase, quote, it turns my blood to water, unquote.
What does that mean?
That means that 8 cases of leukemia have been treated successfully by Dianetics.
Okay.
And that is untrue, but that's what that. Now, this was written by my father, L. Ron Hubbard. Scientology is a power and money game. The definition of life in Scientology, what is called, it's game. Life is a game, same as Monopoly or playing gin rummy. It doesn't have all that much reality to it, which means that you can pretty well do as you please. And one of the, my father always felt that he was above the law because he had created the law. He created whatever rules, regulations, and laws that he flew by. There was only one sin in Scientology, which was repeated to me at least a few thousand times, which is getting caught.
Do you think the people who are in Clearwater, who parade up and down the street, do you think that they are a danger to themselves or to the people of Clearwater?
Are they a danger to themselves?
Or to the people of Clearwater?
Both. There's a couple of quotes that my father used to say all the time that really scare me to death. He at one time also was talking about really taking on the world, and I remember 1958 as an example, which scared me to death and started myself thinking.
He wanted me to devise a plan to try to steal an H-bomb.
Your father wanted you to steal an H-bomb? Your father wanted you to steal an H-bomb?
Yeah, he wanted me to.
From whom?
Anybody and everybody. We got
I never got into it because I said, oh, no, thank you. And sort of things went click in my head, and I said, I have 2 children. I don't want to get involved in that. And that was in late 1958.
Did he want you to steal the parts or the whole bomb?
He wanted the whole package. As an example, one of the things he said to me was that, he said to me many, many times, he says, don't call it murder, call it suicide. And there's another quote, I connotate loyalty as the highest ethic. That means follow me. That means total dedication, total loyalty to me, L. Ron Hubbard. And that's the one thing that he put before any and all, everything.
Do you think that the organization wants to control our economic system?
Yes.